ready, Mr. DeCastro. Are you ready to proceed?
Well, I want my motions to be considered. I haven't gotten due process of the law. It's both in the Arizona Constitution.
Well, sir, actually, I did consider your motion, and I denied them.
Oh, you did?
Because there's no basis in law.
Come on, Your Honor. I don't think you fully realize who you're facing here. This individual isn't just any defendant. He's someone who teaches constitutional law to over 300,000 students. With that level of expertise, it's almost impossible to imagine any argument he presents that doesn't have a solid legal foundation. Every point he raises is informed, deliberate, and grounded in decades of study and practice. Challenging him requires more than casual courtroom knowledge. It demands a deep understanding of the Constitution itself. I highly doubt there's a single claim he could make that doesn't carry weight or credibility in a legal context.
From the police officers. And I did apply for the body cam footage from both police officers.
Okay. Well, I explained to you in the other motion or other response that you're not entitled to discovery. There is no discovery in civil.
Are you seriously suggesting that this legal expert lacks even a basic understanding of how traffic court operates? Keep in mind, this is someone who has spent years studying and teaching the law to thousands of people. Yet somehow, you imply that the fundamentals of the courtroom are beyond his grasp. And believe me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are plenty of other things he's likely far more knowledgeable about than the system gives him credit for. Underestimating him would be a serious mistake, because his legal insight extends far beyond what most people encounter in a typical court. There's no question that any gaps in his understanding would be few and far between.
Put on a matter of record here that I did apply to see if these officers were on a Brady list, if their testimony could be tainted because they're listed on the Brady list, and I didn't receive an answer back on that yet. So, when that Brady list information comes back, if these officers are on the Brady list, and I don't know that information, we don't know if the officer is being truthful.
Sir,
Yeah,
the question is, what Brady list are you referring to?
Well, the list to find out if an officer has previously perjured himself or lied on the stand. It's the Brady court. It's the Brady court case from 1963 that would establish a list of police officers who have previously lied on the stand or lied in their testimony. And we don't have.
Honestly, before watching this video, I had no idea what a Brady list even was. But after just 5 to 10 minutes of research, I not only understood its purpose, I was able to access the full Brady list for the state of Arizona. So it's baffling to me why a legal expert, representing himself, couldn't do the same. And just to add a twist, spoiler alert, the officer in question, the so-called witness officer traitor, isn't even on Arizona's Brady list. It really makes you question how much preparation is actually happening behind the courtroom doors.
My phone calls are recorded, so I want to make sure that's a matter of record. And I keep very meticulous records of everything.
Let me point out to you that you're not allowed to record a civil traffic hearing.
It's not a public hearing?
You are not allowed to record it. The only person allowed to, the court records the civil traffic hearing. And by law, you are not.
You don't need a degree in constitutional law to understand this. When a judge clearly says it's illegal to record your court appearance, you simply don't record it. That's basic, common sense behavior, something anyone with a functioning brain should grasp. Yet somehow, common sense seems to be in short supply for some people. Ignoring such an explicit warning isn't clever or brave. It's reckless. Apparently, for a few, common sense might as well be an extinct skill.
Satellite image with overlay of how the intersection looked. So the vehicle in question, the Odyssey, was stopped through the crosswalk.
I would object. I would object, Your Honor. I would object. That picture.
What's your objection?
That is not an accurate picture. That is not a current picture. That is not a relevant picture.
Okay, I'm going to overrule your objection. It's going to come in.
Can I retort, ma'am?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
A slight argument ensued, and eventually
Object.
the driver supplied a photocopy.
And what's your objection?
Well, Your Honor, he's classifying an argument when I was simply handing him my identification. I was getting it out of my glove box. He's testifying that there was an argument when there.
I don't agree with this, but that is a matter of opinion. I'm going to overrule the objection.
Come on, Chili Rejano, we all watched the video, and there's no denying it. You were being argumentative. What's impressive, though, is how this judge consistently cuts him off every time he tries to raise an irrelevant point. No matter how many tangents he attempts, the judge keeps steering the courtroom back on track. It's almost satisfying to watch someone so skilled at maintaining order handle a never-ending stream of distractions. Honestly, it shows the value of experience and patience in the courtroom.
The road was closed, is that correct? The road was closed going from east to west?
West of Rural Road was closed, but the section in question was open to traffic.
The intersection was open, but the east and westbound lanes were closed. You couldn't go east or west. So, or maybe just west where the road was closed, where I took a right.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you. You don't get to testify right now. All you get to do is ask him questions.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Claiming that you're defending yourself is really just a fancy way of admitting you're making yourself look utterly foolish. It's like watching someone try to appear competent while tripping over their own words at every turn. Every misguided argument only digs the hole deeper. Honestly, it's hard to take anyone seriously when their self-defense strategy is basically self-sabotage. At this point, it's less courtroom tactics and more a masterclass in looking
the south as I was, then it's very possible that the driver could not have seen that there was road closures up right there. Is that correct?
That possibly exists, but
Right.
there were signs saying that you shouldn't have taken the right turn to begin with.
Sir, you submitted pictures where there's no signage of a road closed. Is that correct?
Okay, sir, you don't have a charge with regards to the right-hand turn. So,
Oh, and here's another thing. Throughout his video, he keeps going on about a right turn, a U-turn, and various signs warning of a road closure. None of it has anything to do with the actual reason he got the ticket. The real issues were running a red light and making an improper lane change, yet he completely ignores them. It's like he's weaving an elaborate story to distract from the facts. Watching it unfold, you can't help but wonder how someone can miss the point so completely.
Especially an out-of-state driver, that the road has been closed.
Sir, I'm going to stop you again.
I'm sure.
We've been going on now for 25 minutes, and this is not relevant to what occurred. You were not cited for violating anything regarding the road closure. So let's move on. You were cited for going into the intersection against the red light. So let's start with after you had realized you made a mistake. What did you do then?
I never.
What are you even saying? Your entire argument hinges on the idea that you turned onto a closed road due to missing or unclear signage. That's exactly the mistake the officer is pointing out. When it comes to your traffic tickets, she's the one who will ultimately decide whether you're guilty or innocent. Your evidence matters, of course, but it's her judgment that carries the final weight in the courtroom. You can't just assume the outcome based on your own interpretation.
Of warnings for local residents that this road is going to be closed.
Okay, Maricopa County law doesn't necessarily apply to the city of Tempe.
Tempe is in Maricopa County.
And the signs are not relevant. Move on.
So,
Move
ma'am,
on,
are you telling
sir.
me that so
I'm telling you that the signs are not relevant.
not warning a
I
driver
said
that the
this
road is closed and the sign.
10 times at least. I'm telling you now, the signs about whether or not you could go down that road are not relevant. You were not charged with anything related to your movement and those signs. So, move on.
Ma'am, I object. That's not true. The reason I took a right is because there was no sign that the road was closed.
How many times does she have to tell you that the citations have nothing to do with a right turn or a U-turn? The signs you keep obsessing over are completely irrelevant to the tickets you actually received. Your focus on them is a complete distraction from the real issues. At the end of the day, they don't change the fact that the violations listed on your ticket are what matter. It's time to stop chasing phantom arguments and pay attention to what actually counts in court.
Choice but to disagree with you.
Respond.
I see.
Ask your next question.
Yeah.
Ask your next question.
Okay, so, officer, when you observed me make a U-turn at a closed road, do you have any understanding as to the reason why someone would attempt to take a right on a road that's closed?
I have no idea why someone would, especially seeing that there was signage that said you can't turn.
You're saying there was signage, but again, you didn't submit any evidence that there was any kind of signage at all.
Sir,
Well,
you're still on the signs.
it's not relevant that there was no signage?
Not relevant.
Okay.
Move on.
Officer, how...
If you want to still ask him questions, you need to move on to the things that are related to the actual violations in this case.
Oh, you think you see things clearly, but you're about as perceptive as a psychic trying to predict their own death. You have absolutely no awareness of your position or the mess you've put yourself in. That lack of perspective is glaringly obvious every time the judge effortlessly overrules your objections. Each attempt you make to argue is met with the same decisive dismissal. It's almost painful to watch how consistently out of your depth you really are.
Regarding your attempt at a right turn, he did not cite you for a U-turn. He cited you for the other violations after that. So please focus on what is relevant in this case.
Is it relevant how far back the barricades were? It's not relevant, so I couldn't have seen it? Oh, it's not?
No.
This is
Move
crazy.
on.
Okay. This is just nuts. But I'm trying to get justice in America. So as we continue down the road here. So, officer, how many...
If you don't stop making these statements, I'm going to cut off your cross.
Cut off.
Are you seriously claiming to be a legal expert and still don't know what a proffer is? In this context, a proffer is the chance for the person representing themselves to present evidence or make a statement before cross-examining the officer. So when the judge says she's about to cut off your proffer, she's literally ending your ability to question the police officer. The fact that you don't even understand this basic courtroom procedure shows just how unprepared you are. It's painfully clear that you have no idea what you're doing or how any of this works.
Ask the officer questions. Otherwise, I will have to assume that you don't have any more questions for him.
Oh, well, that would be an incorrect assumption. So, officer, why would a driver, and in this case it was me, why would a driver make a U-turn and turn around in an intersection, and especially in a very busy area like Tempe that resides in Maricopa County?
I'm going to object. I'm going to say that's not relevant. We have moved on.
He just doesn't seem to get it, no matter how many times it's explained. Maybe one day, just maybe, 2 of your 3 remaining brain cells will finally collide. When that happens, you might actually realize why you've been wrong this whole time. Until then, it's like watching someone stubbornly argue against basic facts. It's equal parts frustrating and, honestly, a little entertaining to see.
And then you went through the red light to turn from eastbound to northbound.
So you're a police officer, you have all this experience. Why would someone you said I ran a red light and I'm going to...
Now you're asking him to speculate as to why someone would do that. And we're not here to...
I'm not sure if this was Chill's intention, but with every objection he throws out, you can practically feel the judge's energy draining away. Each interruption chips away at the flow of the courtroom, making it harder to follow anything. The longer he goes on, the more the judge's patience visibly erodes right before us. It's like watching someone deliberately push the boundaries of endurance just to see how much tension they can create. By the time it ends, the fatigue and frustration in the room are almost tangible.
Of course. If you'd let me ask them. I would just like to ask my questions. So, when I'm being charged with making...
Sir, I'm telling you right now, that's it on the question.
Oh, I'm not allowed to ask any more questions? So you're denying me due process again?
Comments, you make statements.
Again, you're denying me due process.
You make comments on every comment.
That's okay.
So we're going to cut off Ross. I'm going to assume that you're done. Since
I'm not done.
Thing you wanted to talk about was
I'm not done.
Supposed argument that took into account.
You're not allowing me to ask my questions.
I can only assume that when you don't follow my rules...
Yeah, no kidding. Assuming you have the same legal skill as a trained lawyer is a terrible idea, especially when you're actually standing in a courtroom facing real consequences. Confidence alone doesn't replace years of study, practice, and experience. Yet some people charge ahead as if knowing a few legal terms makes them an expert. It's a harsh reminder that overestimating your abilities in court usually ends badly.
Quit laughing like you think it's amusing. I'm telling you right now, you are not following the rules of the court. You've ignored them and you've laughed at them and you've thought it was very amusing. I'm telling you right now, there are rules that we follow and you are not following them.
And I feel like I'm being
I
denied
warned
due
you
process.
several times. I warned you several times that if you continued to just make these statements when you were supposed to be doing questioning and cross-examination, that I would end the cross-examination having to assume that you didn't want to ask any more questions. And instead of asking questions, you continued to make these statements. So I am going to stop the cross-examination at this point.
No due process.
Officer, do you have anything else you want to say that you haven't already said?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, so Mr. Tyson, you have been sworn in. Go ahead and state your full name, spelling your last name for the record. And what do you want to tell me with regards to what happened?
There's no evidence against me here, none. You have an officer's testimony. There is causation in this case. There was no signage for the roads being closed. I didn't know the road was closed. I wouldn't try to take a right on a road that's closed. That's preposterous, considering I don't have anything on my driving record. Why would I make a mistake like that in such a busy area?
Have you ever actually watched any of your own videos? You are the very embodiment of silliness. So yeah, making a handful of minor traffic violations in the dead of night and then showing up to argue against a completely irrelevant straw man fits you perfectly. It's almost like you're in your element when creating chaos over trivial matters. Honestly, it's hard to tell whether it's impressive commitment or just pure absurdity.
No signage that the road was closed. And if you check the Maricopa County handbook, it says that it's a historic problem that there's no signage. And even if there was signage, I would have to get 72 hours of notice. I didn't get that. And then when the officer came up and asked me for my ID, I was simply getting it out of the glove box. To state that I was argumentative with him is just preposterous. It's another way to paint me in a negative light.
Shilly, the way you present yourself is nothing short of disastrous. Every word, every argument just seems to make you look worse. It's like you're intentionally using the heaviest, most toxic paint to color your own image. Instead of credibility, you're layering on confusion and chaos. Honestly, watching it unfold is like witnessing a masterpiece of self-sabotage in slow motion.
This is going to end up in appeal in federal district court.
You serious?
This is absolutely wrong what's happening right now. I have the right to ask him questions. If you don't like how I'm asking questions, you're welcome to make me direct. But you're not allowed to tell me that my asking questions is over or I don't get due process of the law. Maybe this court doesn't I don't know. I don't want to say anything. But what I am trying to say is that there's been no evidence presented. You have an officer who has testified that I've done some things, but he's presented no evidence.
I'm going to stop you because you're making argument at this point.
I'm testifying. You said I was testifying.
Evidence. You want to present evidence.
Yes, I submitted a video that shows the entire thing. I submitted pictures that show.
What video? What video?
I submitted a video and I submitted pictures both.
We have absolutely no video.
Well, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So we don't have a video.
I submitted video and pictures, Your Honor. The fact that it's not here now.
Considering your remarkable lack of mental sharpness, I guess that makes two of us. Honestly, it's hard to be surprised by anything you say or do at this point. Your arguments consistently prove how little attention or reasoning is actually going on. Yet somehow, you keep charging forward as if that's a winning strategy. Watching it unfold is both predictable and, frankly, a little exhausting.
How did you send them to us?
I sent them through the email submission.
How did you send them to us?
I can, if you want, you can ask again, and I'll continue to answer if you'd like. What I just said to you, ma'am.
I'm asking you.
You're asking me for the third time now. Let me say it again. I submitted them via email.
Oh, let me stop you. Are you streaming this hearing on YouTube?
Hello. Right at the start of this video, she explicitly told you that recording this court appearance was illegal. Now, I'm not sure what's worse, the fact that you knowingly broke the rule anyway, or that you went ahead and posted the footage on your YouTube channel after getting caught. Either way, it's a spectacular display of poor judgment. Watching it, you can't help but shake your head at the sheer audacity.